Hey everybody,
It's Mike
and Jeremiah,
with Mike and Mike,
and Mike and Jeremiah
with friends of our friends
in the morning.
and our friends.
So, I recently went through a breakup recently.
When was this? Recently?
Recently, I went through a breakup, and
That's a weird thing to laugh at, Mike.
I know it is kind of crazy, right? But life happens. So
It does happen and we overcome.
yeah, so now we're roommates. I live here. This is my room.
This
Also,
is it.
also the studio. We both skateboard. We've been skateboarding. How long have you been skateboarding for, Jeremiah?
I've been saying 10 years for the past 10 years, so I think it's been 20 years now.
It's probably been about 20 years. I got my first skateboard when I was 8 years old, and I've had my breaks. You know,
Oh, I took a long break right at the beginning. Like, I got my first board when I was like probably 8, and my mom made me wear like head to toe padding.
battle armor.
Straight up like battle armor, and all the kids in the neighborhood like wanted nothing to do with me, so I immediately stopped. And then like I want to say like 4 years later, I picked up another board and didn't put it down.
What was your first board?
I got the first board I remember because Mark Lake used to live in the neighborhood that I lived in growing up. I bought a girl board from him. He like invited me and my friends into his apartment. And we went into his apartment and he had decks and shit. We didn't know who he was. He was just like an older dude who was like, hey, you guys want to like...
Just a rad dude that skateboarded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, you guys want to come in and check some stuff out? And we were like, fuck it. Like, it's like 15 years ago, so it wasn't weird to like be invited into someone's house.
Of course.
So we go into Mark's house and he's got like trophies and shit everywhere. Like, he was like one of those dudes that was like, yeah, you know, I used to skate with like Tony Hawk and shit, but like skateboarding wasn't like what it is now, where names didn't mean anything when you were like starting out. Like, you didn't like, you knew who Tony Hawk was, but you never understood like the gravity of like who that was
Who
to
it
skateboarding.
was. Yeah.
So like we were like, yeah, that's cool, dude. Like, we heard you were gonna sell us skateboards for like $15. Like, where the fuck are the boards? So he hooked me up with like, I want to say it was like a team edition deck.
Sick.
Like a girl, like it was like the girl logo, but it was like that red and blue like 3D color all around it. That was like the first skateboard I remember. But the very first board I ever got was a World Industries like Wet Willy Flame Boy.
Flame
like,
boy.
They were shooting the flamethrower in the water.
In the water? Yeah. I had that
was
same
my
board.
very first skateboard.
My very first board that I ever had, my neighbor gave it to me. It was a Bart Simpson fish board, and we used to just butt board down this hill next to my house. My real actual first board that I got was a Veriflex, and I remember it had a tiger on the bottom coming through like bamboo. But then my first real board was a Ronnie Krager blind, the Mixmaster.
Dude, Krager is an animal.
He's the shit. I don't understand, like, he's so underrated. He's so, like, nowadays, like, kids nowadays don't understand who Ronnie Krager is and what
He's like one of the Philly dudes, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like part of that whole like super gnarly street crew.
They come up on, of Philadelphia, all those dudes, like, skate in Love Park originally and everything, but, yeah, man. So that was my first skateboard, and I've definitely taken breaks as well, you know, due to injury, fucking alcohol, all that kind of stuff. Just, you know, you stop, you come back to it.
Yeah, it's like it's like the best drug ever.
Yeah. So this podcast is about our friends.
And they're friends of our friends.
Exactly. So today I want to introduce one of my good friends who is helping me out. Her name is Missy Noonan. Shout out M Noon.
M Noon.
Gotcha, girl. And and she kind of helped me out. You know, she lent me a cot, and then she gave me an air mattress, which is what I'm currently sleeping on. So today we're going to talk about one of Jeremiah's good friends. Jeremiah, who's your good friend?
Frankie.
Frankie.
He was the dude where like skateboarding didn't mean skateboarding until I met Frankie. Like, it was something I rode places, and like we figured out how to like ollie and shove it and stuff. But when I met Frankie was when it was like it's time to start like kick flipping stuff and like doing skateboarding,
Yeah.
not just like getting places. Frankie was the dude that like brother.
That's
I've
it.
known him forever.
That's sick. I was when I first started skateboarding, I don't remember who. I guess I was probably like 13, 12 years old maybe, and that's when I first got into like, all right, let's start tricking. Other than that, I was basically just acid dropping off 3 stairs.
Heavy scratches. So Missy, I met her last night. She's so nice.
Yeah, she's such a
nice
she's
person.
such a rad girl. Like I met her, I want to say a few years back. I met her through a girl I was dating. They were friends. They worked together, and she lived in Orlando. She's from South Florida, which is where we reside. Represent
Rep.
South Float.
SFL.
And she is back here now, and she actually lived right down the street from me, like on the same street, about a block down. And we would hang out. I would go over there, have some wine with them. So Jeremiah, tell us about your race car.
Oh,
People,
you want to
Jeremiah,
know about the race car, eh?
J Train has a race car.
I do. It's a 1991 Honda Civic EF
Hatchback.
That boy's imported from Canada. It even has the steel slab that's like the import slab
Of
in the
authenticity,
car.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in the car. It's like a little steel import slab with the Canadian flag on it. It's so rad, dude. That thing goes like easily tops out at like 50.
Yeah, yeah.
So
and it's
like
like
it is loud.
it starts a little reverb. I just got into an accident on Friday the 13th, roughly 3 weeks ago. Some asshole,
Butthead, dude.
yeah, he ran a stop sign and T-boned me, put me in a ditch. So now I'm driving some wonky ass Dodge Dart, which I fucking hate.
It's so sick. It's like the
So-
best mom car ever.
It's such a soccer mom car, but
Get in, Bill.
Yeah.
Time for practice.
come on, Wilson. And I can't wait to get my car back because once hose,
All-
dude, where's your favorite Dunkin'? Like, where's your favorite donut? Dunkin' Donuts, Krispy Kreme, American Donut Co.
I honestly don't think Dunkin' Donuts is that good. Like, as far as like their donut quality, I feel like quality, they don't have quality donuts. They're like it's filler.
Do you like Wawa donuts?
I haven't had one yet.
Their apple fritters are to die for. Did you know Jordan Maxim has a cheese sponsor?
I think on any shredded cheese packaging, it's a picture of him doing a crook.
I hope it is. I hope it is. Switch. 'Cause he's got... Tell me about your setup. What are you riding right now?
My setup. I'm not the biggest fan of my setup just because I don't like my trucks that much. But I'm skating an 825 Lakeboard. Shout out Mark Lake.
Leg
Best-
skateboards.
Absolutely the best shape I've skated. Like, I like Toy Machine, I like Skate Mafia, and now I like Lake. Like, girl boards are always super on point. Plan B boards are always super on point. But this Lake board has like the best shape I've skated in such a long time. Like, you get the nicest snap out of that board, but Lake, Mob M80, I don't skate anything that rips up my shoes because I'm poor. So I just flick like a man.
Make it happen. Yeah.
M80 because it's half the amount of grit. I don't need all that grit to rip up my shoes. I just flick like an adult. Come on, grow up.
Seriously.
Flick like a fucking man.
Flick
Get
like a
that
man.
foot out there. Thunder Lows, the Nickels, they're alright. I'm not a big fan of the lows. Like, it makes me feel like closer to the ledge. Because Indies, like, you're up on top of the ledge when you lock into something. But with Thunders, you feel like you're a part of the ledge, which is like a nice feeling. But
So it's
I
like you're
also-
wearing soaps. Like,
Right. It's
yeah.
like I'm soaping. Whenever I 50, it's like I'm just on
You're
some
doing a
soaps
soul grind
in here.
in here.
I'm skating the Shake Junt ABEC 7s,
Sick.
the triple OGs.
Yeah.
They're alright. I like the red Swiss that I had before that Fabiana gave me.
Mm-hmm.
I might just put those into the wheels.
You should.
Because I got the Hellfire full conical Spitfires. They're the fucking shit. Those wheels are so good. Like, I don't like anything smaller than like a 54. So I got like 53s because I couldn't find the 54s on the Ocean Ave. But 53 Spitfire full conical Hellfires.
Sick.
What about you? What are you on?
I'm riding an 825 Enjoy, 149 Indies.
Yeah.
Indie originals, no lights, no
OGs.
lows, just OG Indies. I love the way it sits. Yeah, I love the way it sits. Super high off the ground, just a chunky, full, raw steel truck. No paint, no nothing like that. I'm riding 53 Evan Smith Spitfires.
Those are so sick.
So good. I love it. Just a little bit of the side cut. I'm riding Bones Swiss, not the ceramics, but the ones right below it. Mob grip. I go full mob, always mob, nothing else. And no slide rails. I don't believe in them. I had one set of slide rails when I was like 13 years old. I had a Christian Speedtack Black Label, and I had 2 lime green rails. Back then, I could barely ollie, so it didn't really. It was aesthetically pleasing.
They're dope rails.
I could hold my board sick. That was pretty much it. But
They
aside from
grab
that,
on this stuff.
yeah,
Like if you hit a chunk ledge with rails, you'll get caught, dude,
Yeah.
and tossed like a potato.
you get hooked,
tucked.
tossing hooked.
Tucked.
So here we are. This is episode 1,
Episode 0.
episode 0
Prelude
to the monologue.
at the beginning.
Season 0, episode 0, prologue to the monologue. And if you guys like it, subscribe.
Or don't. We
Or
don't
don't.
fucking care. Fuck you if you don't.
Seriously, we're just doing this because we're having fun.
Yeah.
Because that's what life is all about.
We literally don't care about you.
Yeah, I don't care about you, and if you don't care about me or J Train,
Or
Fuck yourself.
Mike Train.